watching famous Dave on YouTube.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Let's Play GameStop, trading GameStop and watching me fumble my way through life. So the position that we left off with last time clearly didn't work. I came in short a bunch in GameStop, and the stock was up $34 the next day, that being 2 days ago, and I just got crushed. Now, let's take a look at the charts to kind of recap really quickly, and we'll get on with what's going on today. All right, let me get out of the way here, and we can see. Let's go to a 5-day chart, and we can see here's the action in GameStop. Actually, let's go to a 10-day chart because I want to show you. Ever since earnings, we've pretty much gone straight up. So here's the low here, 75.51, right after earnings, and since then we've gone straight up. Let me just make sure I'm recording here. Does it look like we're recording? Yes, it does. Yeah, earnings came out worse than expected, and the stock has more than doubled in price since then, right? 75 times 2 would be 150, and now we're up to 175. Now, yesterday was the first day that we actually had a down day, but just barely. If you look at the price action, we actually made a new high during the day and then kind of backed off by the end of the day. But you see this just straight up move here. Almost, you could call it parabolic. That was a catchphrase of the last couple of years. Everything's going parabolic. Well, this has been true with GameStop too. And so what happened? And what did we do? So my position coming into this was I was long the June, I believe either 110 or 105 puts, and let's see, and I ended up rolling out of that position. Let's see, so we can see here, yeah, I was long the June 110 puts, and I rolled those forward. So essentially what I did was I kind of doubled down on my short and made myself shorter by moving up and forward. So instead of being long the 120 puts out in June, I ended up being long the 145 puts in with 3 weeks out in April, 14 April. So you can see here the position. If we go here to 14 April, and we select so that you can see what position I have, you will see that I'm long the 45 puts in April with only 15 days to go. So a risky position that is decaying very rapidly here, right? So if we analyze this, we can see this costing $500 a day, showing short 255 deltas here. The plan is to sell some actually even closer options against these, maybe the April 145 puts. Now, I missed an opportunity yesterday. If we look at the price action yesterday, you can see we got down to 167 here. And, you know, hindsight's 2020. I could have pulled the trigger here and sold these puts for almost $5, the front week puts against my position, and that would have turned out to be a great trade. But I didn't know at the moment that we were going to reverse and go all the way back up. If we had continued lower, then it would have been better to do nothing. And so far, I really did basically nothing yesterday. I just left my position intact. But here coming in today, once again, very short via the 145 puts expiring in a little over 2.5 weeks. So that's kind of where we are. And it's been devastating. This position has devastated me being short this, but I'm sticking with the short. And if we can get a little retracement here, then things can get better real quick. So we'll see. We're indicated kind of moving lower at the moment before the open. We're about 40 minutes before the open here. But as you know, anything can happen, and it usually does in the stock market. So I'm going to stick with this position for now, and we'll see what happens going forward today. You know, trading stocks is kind of like playing a video game, except there's real money involved, and you can actually make money instead of just paying it to some video game maker. You know, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for this to go back to 140, and that would really help things out. In fact, I would be incredibly delighted if we could get to 160 today. Obviously, the number of closing around 220 would not be beneficial for the position. So that's kind of where we are. I'm massively short deltas in GME, and we'll see how it turns out. Once again, about 40 minutes till the day starts. Thank you for all of you who've left comments on the video. I noticed people that were both short and long GameStop left comments, and I'll just say once again, I'm not trying to bias you one way or the other. I don't get that whole thing where like people who have different opinions on the market should be enemies, and you know, we're all fighting each other, and people have gotten emotional towards me if I have a different opinion on them in the market, which seems silly. You know, we have different opinions. It doesn't mean that we can't be friends or whatever. And getting mad because someone is short something and you're long it seems like a waste of your emotional energy, especially towards complete strangers. I've had complete strangers start yelling at me because they disagree with my positioning in a stock. And just sounds silly, but it happens all the time. Especially with these meme stocks. People get very emotional over their belief in these companies. And I don't have belief in any company. It's all about trying to make money. And these people all want to make money too. Everybody who is talking about how, you know, this stuff's going to rally and they deserve it, and they're somehow, by being long a stock, they're putting it to the establishment or something. You know, you're not putting it to the establishment or the hedge funds by being long or short a stock. It's just a position you have on. But anyway, there's no need for animosity for people with different positions. I wish the best of luck to everybody. Sure, let's have it go down and then up, or up and then down, so that everybody makes money, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. So we'll see what happens with this position. As I said, it's been devastating to me this last week with just being short this and having it go straight up. But I'm going to stick with the short for the moment and see if we can't have a little recovery, a little rise from the ashes, a little bit of a phoenix rising from the ashes here. We'll see if we can make that happen today. Best of luck to everybody trading today, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thanks for watching.